Are you struggling with a lack of access to captivating entertainment and media? Are you faced with constant judgment and ridicule from friends and family for your inability to respond appropriately to sensitive situations? If this sounds like you might be suffering from being emotionally dead inside. But it's not too late to make a change. One Nothing Podcast is a newly available treatment for being dead inside. Taken just once every 2 weeks, One Nothing could make a world of difference. By combining carefully measured dark humor to the amazing original formula of grisly fatalities, One Nothing Podcast has successfully entertained thousands of people suffering from death inside. And with access across all podcast platforms, treatment has never been more readily available. But don't trust my word. Here's some real-world testimonials from a few of our listeners currently undergoing treatment.
From consistent doses of One Nothing Podcast, my posture has greatly improved due to being kept on the edge of my seat.
The One Nothing Podcast comes on, everybody be like, shut the f*** up. I be quiet, but when the episode's over, I be talking again.
Oh my gosh, buddy. I used to be on so many medications for blood pressure, and then I listened to One Nothing Podcast's episode on Kitty Genovese, moved into an apartment on my own, and haven't needed it since. That one really got my blood pumping.
You know, listening to One Nothing Podcast, I'm not constipated anymore. I'm just full of shit.
So what's stopping you from great entertainment?
One Nothing Podcast is not intended for all audiences. Listeners under 18 years of age should obtain permission from your parent or guardian before downloading. Tell your therapist if you're predisposed to whining, complaining, reading podcasts poorly, being overall combative, or being easily offended, as One Nothing Podcast might not be right for you.
So stop letting great content pass you by. Talk to your therapist today to see if One Nothing Podcast is right for you.
Welcome back, my Flawless Behavior Squad, to another freshly squeezed episode coming to you straight from Unseen Apron. I feel like I need to say this whenever we do a wrestling-themed episode, or we say this whenever a wrestling-themed episode comes up. You know, we haven't done one of these in a while. So everyone else, heads up. It's a wrestling-themed episode, finally. How does that go again? I'm a podcaster. Of course, I have a co-host with me. And joining me for that is my mixed tag team partner. Welcome back to the show, Menace Smiling. How are you, my dear?
I'm great. How are you? It's good to be back.
There you go. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. It's good to be talking about wrestling again, I guess.
Yeah.
We are going to talk a lot about wrestling on this episode. Part of that is going to be the predictions episode for this Saturday morning Elimination Chamber in Australia. But first, let's get right to the analytics. Guess what?
What?
We have 9,764 downloads.
Awesome.
There's like 236 downloads left to go. I feel like we're going to make it by the end of the month. And I'm going to have a huge celebration. And in that celebration, I'm going to announce another goal, right? We're going to announce another goal. And in that other goal, we're going to also announce a roadmap to what we're going to do. I'm going to make myself a roadmap for the podcast, and see where this leads us, see where this takes us.
Sounds awesome.
Sounds great.
Sounds great.
I'm
happy for you.
podcaster. I'm a podcast. We're podcasters, of course. We have roadmaps. Like I've been saying that this whole time. Like, we're podcasters, of course. We're gonna dig deep into the rabbit hole. So this Saturday's event will take place. Obviously, the event will take place on Saturday, February 24th, 2024, at Optus Stadium in the Perth suburb of Bursworth, Western Australia. In Australia, marking WWE's first event to be held in Australia since Super Showdown in October 2018, and the only WWE event in the Asia Pacific region in 2024. This will also be the third consecutive Elimination Chamber to be held outside the United States after the 2022 and 2023 events. The event will also be the first Elimination Chamber event to take place in an outdoor venue. Oh, we're going to have a sunny day. Well, not sunny. It's going to be nighttime over there, right?
Yeah, but it's their, is it summer? Yeah, it's still summer down there.
Okay. So the time of the event are as follows. If you're in Australia, it's going to be Australia Western time at 6 p.m. If you're in the Eastern Standard Time, it's going to be 5 a.m. Central Standard Time, which is my time, 4 a.m. That's great because I don't usually sleep anyways, so,
Are you really going to be up, though?
Anything for content at this point.
Okay.
Anything for content for the podcast. Stay up till 4 a.m. just to tell you what happened. Mountain Standard Time, which is like towards the middle, nobody goes there. 3 a.m. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Oh, Lily's gonna help me.
And let's announce my time in the lovely
Pacific Standard Time, 2 a.m. Menace, that would be your time.
Yes.
I'm sure you'll be up at that time or headed right to sleep.
I won't.
No, what?
Yeah, no.
No, so it's just gonna be me. It's just gonna be me doing the content.
Yep. Sorry.
Oh, for content. All right, fine. And finally, Hawaiian Standard Time, 12 a.m. midnight for the awesome people in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? I don't know. I wasn't gonna say anything. I wasn't gonna say anything at all. The Rock, of course. And already people are having fun out there. LA Knight has seen taking pictures with a koala bear. Drew McIntyre is already posting pictures of what would happen if you were to get bitten by a koala bear. So he's just being he's just being himself, of course. Unserious moment by him. On his Twitter account, he posted a fact. Wildlife Health Australia, chlamydia in koalas fact sheet, September 2023. Key points: chlamydiosis is an extremely common and important bacterial disease of both wild and captive koalas and occurs throughout their geographic range. This, after LA took a picture and posted it on his Instagram saying that he met a new friend in Australia. And koala is holding him tightly with those nails of there. So yeah, Drew just broke the internet. It's like, you are so bad, sir. Mm-hmm. He is so serious. And everybody is just laughing about it. This Drew is the best Drew, in my opinion, says Amanda Savage. There's some pictures of Ice-T just like laughing the entire time. The picture of Roman Reigns yelling and screaming, saying, "Ha ha!" So yeah, it's happening. Fun events are happening out there at this moment, and I can't wait until Friday. Because of course they're gonna be over there still, right? They're gonna unless it's already taped.
Yeah, it's already taped.
Okay. Then Saturday morning, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna watch Friday night and then like take a nap, possibly stream for a bit, take another nap, wake up at 4 a.m. and get right onto it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on Twitter tweeting. Everybody else is gonna be sleeping. It's like, no, I am gonna push myself. I'm gonna make this content.
The only time
Doing
I
it
would
for
be
all
up
of you.
is if my niece is in labor. So,
Damn. Okay.
I mean, I won't be
All
at the hospital, but I'm
right.
going to be awake probably just to make sure, because she could go into labor at any time. And if she goes into labor this weekend, I'll stay up. But
Yeah, that's good. We're
I like,
podcasters. Of course, I'm staying up till 4 a.m. to watch a show.
yeah.
The first, well, we don't even know what matches are gonna go in order, but here we go. Judgment Day: Finn Balor and Damian Priest are defending the undisputed tag team championships against the New Catch Republic, Tyler Bate, and finally, I get to say his name, and it's legal. Pete Dunne. I no longer have to say Butch. I hated that name.
Me too. And I hated the character.
Hey, yeah, it's like
I hated it. I was like, you know what?
Bulldog.
Yeah. I like, just let him fight under his old name.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they brought it back.
On the February 2nd episode of SmackDown, the Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship Contender Series began, featuring two Fatal 4-Way Tag Team matches, one for SmackDown and one for Raw, with the winning teams then facing off to determine who would challenge reigning champions of Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest, for the title at Elimination Chamber. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate won the SmackDown bracket at night, while on the following episode of Raw, DIY, or as R-Truth calls them, DIX, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa won the Raw bracket. On that week's SmackDown, Dunne and Bate defeated DIX to face Balor and Priest for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship at Elimination Chamber. Dunne and Bate subsequently took on the team name the New Catch Republic. All right, so yeah, that's probably gonna open the show for some reason.
Yeah, I think you're right. Because just in case
he wants to
Senor Money in the Bank wants to cash in,
yes,
he won't be so tired,
There's no reason to cash in, though. There's no reason to cash in, though.
I know. But, let's see. Who? Oh, yeah, nobody's fighting.
Yeah, there's
no.
All right,
okay, never mind.
No. All right. I don't think we've seen Pete Dunne interact with the Judgment Day. No, it's always been against the Bloodline or someone else. But here this is new. Like Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and then the rest of the Judgment Day. So I'm gonna say the Judgment Day.
I think I want to go with Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, or whatever his name is.
The big boy?
Yeah. The crazy one.
Yeah, that's fine. The crazy one. No, Pete Dunne's the crazy one.
Well,
Tyler Bate Tyler Bate shorts look like
Underoos.
Underoos, yeah. That's like, oh, that's why they call him the big boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah, I was like, I don't see them losing the belts right away at a event outside of the United States. Wait till WrestleMania.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just something, because there's always been rumors that they're trying to break up the Judgment Day. I don't want to give into those rumors because I think they're a great faction. Except they need to kick Dominic out. I'm sorry. I'm just not a big Dominic fan. You know that.
Wow.
But
How dare you?
no.
On the February 2 episode, okay.
I will say their dynamic, even with Dom, is great. I love their dynamic. It feels like a group now,
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So
even with R-Truth in there.
Yes. That was hilarious.
Tom and Nick. Yeah.
Tom and Nick,
Tom and Nick. Next match is the Elimination Chamber match for the Women's World Championship match at WrestleMania 40. Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair versus Liv Morgan versus Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi versus Raquel Rodriguez. On February 5th, Raw General Manager Adam Pearce announced that due to the Women's Royal Rumble match winner choosing to challenge for SmackDown's Women's Championship at WrestleMania 40, Rhea Ripley's challenger for Raw Women's World Championship at WrestleMania would be determined by an Elimination Chamber match. The first qualifying match took place on that night, Raw, where Becky Lynch defeated Shayna Baszler. Bianca Belair then defeated Michin on the February 9th episode of SmackDown. The next qualifier took place in the February 12th episode of Raw, where Liv Morgan defeated Zoe Stark, which I was surprised by that one,
lame.
actually. Yeah.
Zoe Stark is
Like,
much better than Liv. Much better.
Oh my. I mean, I love Liv, but Zoe Stark was getting pushed, and then what happened? The fourth and fifth qualifying matches took place on the February 16th episode of SmackDown, where Tiffany Stratton and Naomi defeated Zelina Vega and Alba Fire, respectively. The last spot was determined by Last Chance Battle Royal on the February 19th episode of Raw, which was won by returning Raquel Rodriguez by last eliminating Chelsea Green. I wasn't expecting Raquel Rodriguez to come back. And, oh, hey, welcome back. Here, you can have the spot.
Yeah, that's lame.
Instead of, Chelsea Green.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, shit.
I think, yeah, I know. I love her intro, though. I love how Samantha does that. But, yeah, I don't think it's right that Raquel comes back and immediately gets to win. I would have rather it been Shayna or Zoe.
Shayna and Zoe, right.
Because, excuse me.
Because Zoe was getting pushed hard. And then the whole thing with, again, Trish Stratus and now this, what happened?
But I will say that I like them both as single competitors, but I really like them both as a tag team. I think they are great heels. Great. And they
try to make them into a face.
They need to be the champions, the tag champs.
Oh yeah, of course. Okay, so these 6 girls, who's facing Rhea Ripley at Elimination Chamber? I mean, at WrestleMania 40.
I would love to see. Actually, I would love to see Jade Cargill, but she's not in it. But I wish she was in it. I wish they would have put her, at least in the Last Chance. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I think I love Bianca Belair, but I don't think this would be 3-peat for her. But I think it's gonna be Bianca Belair.
Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley.
Yep.
Is it gonna be like the streak continues, or?
No. I think if Bianca goes, I think she'll lose to Rhea. I love them together. I love how athletic they both are. So I love to see that. Because but because that is the Raw belt, I don't think they will have the Raw belt on SmackDown because there's already a SmackDown Women's Champion.
Right.
So let's see. So I would say, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was
No,
going
go
to
ahead.
say, so I think they're going to push Becky. I say Bianca, but I think Becky's going to win. So,
Becky versus Rhea sounds good.
yep.
And
Because,
other people
they've
are
already
saying Liv.
done that,
Like I get the whole thing with Liv being in it because they want to like tease that whole thing between Liv and Rhea Ripley again.
Okay.
But again, like all these other big, no, I don't think so. Naomi just came back. Tiffany Stratton, why is she in there? Like Tiffany, too soon,
Yeah.
way too soon.
Yeah.
Like should have given her something else at the start. Because now I don't see her doing anything much at WrestleMania. So hopefully Charlotte comes back and we get to see that match. And you're right. I want to see Jade Cargill, but I heard they scrapped that because what if Jade loses? That would have like killed the momentum. So I'm thinking that Raquel Rodriguez took over Jade Cargill's spot right there,
Yeah.
and she just
Oh,
came
but
back
you know what?
way too soon.
But you know what? I think that would be a good match too.
What, Jade Cargill?
No, well, yes, of course. No, Raquel and Rhea. That would be a
Raquel
good
and
one
Rhea.
too.
Because it happened at on NXT years ago.
Yeah.
Basically, Bianca Belair, Raquel Rodriguez, and Rhea Ripley were champions at one point. Raquel was the NXT champion. Bianca, I think, was the Raw, and Rhea was the SmackDown.
Right.
And they all showed up on NXT that one night, and they all like posed together.
Yeah.
Like they all came up together. So
Yeah.
seeing that, like Bianca Belair, Raquel Rodriguez would be like, oh shit, like
Yeah.
be a great thing to do. Hey, it's Evo. We're going to get back to the episode you're listening to, but first, let me tell you about Dark Fate Creations. Dark Fate Creations are candles that are vibrant, colorful, marble tops, amazing, mouth-watering fragrances, fueled by lovely braided cotton wicks. Paper threads woven into every cotton wick for a clean, romantic, slow, and consistent burn. Each candle is unique from the next as they are hand-mixed and hand-poured right in Grass Valley, California. They use only coconut and soy waxes for a safer, cleaner, and longer burn time. That's almost 72 hours. That's like binging on all 130 episodes of the podcast. All fragrance blends have been heavily researched. Dark Fate Creations not only care about the look, fragrance, and quality of their candles and their other products, but also the effects they have in their customers' homes. So go to darkfatecreations.com. The link will be in the show notes.
Hi everyone, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Dawn.
And if you've ever watched a TV show and thought to yourself, oh my god, that season finale plot twist was absolutely bonkers.
Or seen a movie and thought, wow, I need to talk to somebody about this train wreck immediately.
Then we think you'll fit right in with our podcast, I Hate It, Let's Watch It. We watch TV shows like Riverdale and Emily in Paris.
And movies like Deep Water, Killer Sofa, Rubber, and Deadly Illusions. And we give them the total rinsing they deserve.
It's basically group therapy for movie masochists. So come check us out wherever you stream podcasts.
And speaking of Rhea, the next match, Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax for the Women's World Championship. On the September 11, 2023 episode of Raw, Nia Jax made a surprise return to WWE and helped Rhea Ripley retain the Women's World Championship, only to attack Ripley after the match. At Crown Jewel on November 4th, Ripley retained the title in a fatal five-way match also involving Jax. Since then, Jax continued to target Ripley, vowing to win the 2024 Royal Rumble match to face Ripley at WrestleMania 40, but failed. On the next episode of Raw, Jax viciously attacked Rhea and said she would not make it to WrestleMania. On the February 5th episode, Ripley called out Jax. However, Raw General Manager Adam Pearce appeared trying to prevent a brawl between the two and announced that Ripley would defend the Women's World Championship against Jax at Elimination Chamber. Despite this, a brawl still occurred. Oh, mommy. Come
Yeah.
on, I'm not gonna vote for
No, I am
another
100%.
member of the bloodline.
Yeah. No, 100%. Rhea Ripley, mommy, all the way.
All the way, mommy. We're
All the
going
way.
with mommy here.
Yep.
She's amazing. We love her around here. We support her. We support our queen. That was easy.
Yeah.
All right. And finally, Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton versus Bobby Lashley versus LA Knight versus Kevin Owens versus Logan Paul for the Elimination Chamber match for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 40. On the February 9th episode of SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis, Mickie James' husband, and Raw General Manager Adam Pearce announced that due to the Men's Royal Rumble match winner choosing the challenge for SmackDown's undefeated the Universal Championship at WrestleMania 40, Seth Freaking Rollins' challenger for Raw World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania would be determined by the Elimination Chamber match. The first qualifying match took place on the same episode, with Drew and Orton defeating AJ Styles and Sami Zayn, respectively. The next qualifiers took place on the February 12th episode of Raw, with Bobby Lashley and LA Knight defeating Bronson Reed and Ivar, respectively. The last two qualifiers took place on the February 16th episode of SmackDown, where Kevin Owens and Logan Paul defeated Dirty Dom and The Miz, respectively. So you're telling me Logan Paul is not going to defend the U.S. Championship again?
I know. It's lame. I think it is.
Okay.
Because the whole you figure because he, doesn't fight for free, you would think that he would be trying to be in Australia fighting somebody for his belt, not trying to fight to win so he can be a double champion, which I hope they do not do. I don't want him to win anyway.
I don't want him to win anything at all after this.
Nope.
Like we basically voted for him last year. We said like, hey, it'd be funny if Logan Paul wins, and then he did, and then
No.
I got
No.
sued by somebody.
You did, not me.
Oh! Now you want to take this on me? Now you want to put this on me?
No. You're the one who was like, yeah, I think this is how it's gonna be, and it happened.
Twice.
Yeah, exactly. No,
It'd be
I
funny
am
if
not
this
a Logan
happened.
Paul fan. Sorry, Logan
I
Paul.
said,
If you ever
look.
listen to this, I am not a fan. I'm sorry.
I said it'd be funny if this happened, and then he won, and it was against Ricochet, and then it'd be funny if he beat Rey Mysterio for the U.S. Championship, and then he won, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm just letting these things happen now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, it'd be funny if he won this match, and he went to WrestleMania 40 to face Seth Rollins. And it'd be like U.S. title versus heavyweight championship title, like belts on the line, everything. But it's not gonna happen, obviously.
Yeah.
We're pushing for Drew, right?
Yeah, I want to see
pushing for
Drew as champion again.
We're pushing for Drew versus Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins obviously has to lose the belt some point at WrestleMania 40. Push somebody along. I mean, I would get it. It's like,
yeah, I would love to see Bobby Lashley as champ again,
right?
Because I loved his push.
He did.
I thought it was great.
Awesome push.
Yeah.
Orton coming back and doing Orton stuff. Kevin Owens is in this. Of course, he's gonna get pinned. Of course, Lashley's gonna get pinned. Of course, Orton's gonna probably pin somebody. LA Knight, yeah.
Yeah.
What are we doing with him? What if he gets sick from the koalas?
Stop it.
What if he gets sick from the koalas and can't compete? Poor guy. Damn it, Drew. Drew. So who would take LA Knight's place if he got sick from the koala? CM Punk.
Nah.
He's still out. He's still out of action. Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. You think it'll be Cody Rhodes?
I think it'd be Cody Rhodes. Or The Rock. What
Maybe.
if The Rock shows up? It'd be funny if The Rock shows up. I'm kidding.
Yeah, but come on now. I mean, that would be awesome. But I don't know. I don't think it would be Cody Rhodes because he already has a fight for WrestleMania.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the whole thing of
Jay
everybody on Twitter. Jay. There you go, Jay.
Yep.
But yeah, to take somebody's place, that's fine. And then I see like Jimmy coming in and like messing that up. And then we have that Jay versus Jimmy at WrestleMania 40.
Oh yeah.
The whole thing with Cody, like everybody on Twitter saying, why don't they have Cody versus Seth one night and then Cody versus Roman the next night? There's your whole scenario right there. Yeah. Cody wins the Elimination Chamber, goes on to face both of them. Night 1 and night 2. Yeah, because you know Roman's night 2. Roman's close to the show. Of course. Roman goes last, always goes last. Yep. But yeah, I'm thinking Jay, if they like decide to do that. Other than that, I don't. With the whole CM Punk thing being out of action, I wonder whose place somebody took. Logan Paul took his place.
Maybe.
Or was that?
I think maybe because that would make sense. But I really think that I would have rather done the Elimination Chamber for Logan's belt and do a number 1 contenders for Seth's belt. I think would have been better. You know what I mean?
Yes. During the February 14th episode of The Bump, SmackDown Australian wrestler Grayson Waller announced that he would be hosting a special edition of his talk show, The Grayson Waller Effect, at Elimination Chamber, with special guests from Raw, 2024 Royal Rumble winner Cody Rhodes and World Heavyweight Champion Seth freaking Rollins. So Cody Rhodes is definitely going to be there anyways.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So if anything happens to LA Knight because of that koala... There's your moment right there, Cody. Take his place, take his spot. I'm sure nobody's gonna mind. I mean, The Rock tried to take his spot.
Yeah. Well, you heard what Drew said. One place you don't want to be is in his prayers.
Oh my God.
Which I think that was like one of the most savage lines ever.
Right.
Oh my God. Hilarious.
So yeah, there's your 4 matches at Elimination Chamber in Perth, Australia. I'm sure we're gonna have a big WrestleMania 40 card, and I'm sure we're gonna we're gonna do like a 2-hour predictions episode. Jeez, how long did it take last year? Like what?
I think we did like an hour and a half.
An hour and a half, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but last year, WrestleMania is always a big show, but because this is number 40, I think it's going to be huge anyway.
Hi, everyone. This is JJ, the co-founder of Good Pods. If you haven't heard of it yet, Good Pods is like Goodreads or Instagram, but for podcasts. It's new, it's social, it's different, and it's growing really fast. There are more than 2 million podcasts, and we know that it is impossible to figure out what to listen to. On Good Pods, you follow your friends and podcasters to see what they like. That is the number 1 way to discover new shows and episodes. You can find Good Pods on the web or download the app. Happy listening!
Movies and feelings. Pop, pop. Bring Your Own Popcorn is a podcast that dives into people and the movies who love them. Let us preach to your choir or stoke your ire as we spiral down memory lane with cult classics, Jurassics, and other genres that rhyme with traffic. What we lack in education, we make up for with comedy, compassion, and camaraderie. I'm your host, Mixtape Majesty, inviting you to join me and an assortment of wonderful guests on fine podcast apps everywhere. Bring your own popcorn.
I think you're right about the Jimmy and Jay thing, because I think I think they're gonna build that up to WrestleMania, and it's gonna be brother against brother.
Of course.
Shout
out to Brett versus Owen.
Yeah.
So Royal Rumble, we get Cody Rhodes throwing a CM Punk after what looked like a freaking match inside of that Royal Rumble match itself. It took them like 5 minutes to get each other out. Maybe more than that, I don't know. But what ended up happening to CM Punk was that his arm, what was it? His tricep?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tricep. So I'm thinking of what happened to Cody Rhodes on his when he got hurt. Like, no, it's not the same. I'm like, all right. They had to they had to slow it down for a bit, and then finally Cody just kicks him out, takes him out of the ring. Like, all right, cool, fine, it's done. Cody Rhodes wins. Like, not many people were happy, It's like, I guess we'll do it another one. Same situation that happened almost 20 years ago with Shawn Michaels, losing at WrestleMania 11, and then winning at WrestleMania 12. Like, all right, we'll see how it goes. A few nights later, trying to figure out who Cody's gonna face, either Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns. Cody says, I took counsel, and here comes The Rock.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But
when The Rock came out and said,
remember at the end of the Royal Rumble, he called out Roman. He told him, I'm coming for you.
I'm coming for you.
Yep, I want you. So it was Seth that was like, no, think about it. You want to fight the real champion. I was like, what?
Not the Hollywood title.
That's right.
And then we get to Rock coming out on Raw one night and saying, do you want me to sit here? Do you want me to sit there? Do you want me to sit at the head of the table? Not knowing to any of us that he got himself a board of directors table. Also, hey, while I'm here, can I appoint my daughter Ava Rain as general manager of NXT? Like, what? Why is that?
Yeah, what? I don't understand that.
That was weird. I was like, okay, sure, why not? What happened? I mean, that group could have been going. Well, yeah, that one night. That one night with that mixed tag match. But even then, I was like, what happened to that group? It disbanded because of that?
I don't know. I haven't really watched too much NXT. And I'm like, the only reason why I would think that they would, I thought because maybe she was injured, that's why they appointed her as a GM.
Yeah, probably.
But I was like, why did you get into wrestling if you're not going to wrestle?
Oh boy. It happens.
I mean, hey, if you're, I guess those that don't, they teach. Be a GM. I don't know.
Be a GM. Mm-hmm. So later in the week we get Cody Rhodes coming out to tell Roman, like, yeah, I took counsel. I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna take your belt. And he says, like, you spoke of one day saying that this is all yours. Those fans, the SmackDown, those commentators are all yours. I remember that promo against Brock Lesnar. It's like the commentators are mine. The fans are mine. Everything in this ring is mine. The security guard is mine. And that's when like, oh shit, the big reveal. The cameraman is mine. And Cody Rhodes was like, well, what's more gratifying than taking the belt away would be like taking everything away. So his plan, as soon as he says that, it's like, take everything away, and taking counsel with somebody, The Rock comes out, whispers something in his ear. Of course, we all get the everybody meme saying like, it's gonna be okay, man. So I'm gonna take your spot and everything. And I'm thinking, like, The Rock would just like talk forever, of course, because he does that. Because that was a long ass whisper. I'm like, dude, come on, just let it go. And then Cody Rhodes has that look of disappointment face, like on his face, where he always does. Like, come on, man. I okay. I bet it went something like this. You know, The Rock appreciates everything that you've done so far, and you're gonna carry the company one day. One of these days, you're gonna carry the company on your shoulders. But today's not the day. The Rock greatly appreciates this. You know, this is my cousin. This is family. I want to face my family. So, you know, this is a moment that The Rock cannot, regret. You know, cannot forget everything ever happening. So thank you very much, Cody. Like, oh no, yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. And then he leaves. And then The Rock turns around, looks at his cousin, and is like, are you ready for that everything that happened on Young Rock to come true? What? Because it's basically that. Everybody's all like, the match this big could only happen at one place, WrestleMania. Like, oh shit, you guys really think this is gonna go through? And the fact that everybody was like saying in one of the episodes that he won the what's it called, the Universal Championship at the mayor's office, where she's a collector. She's a collector. She's a wrestling collector. She has all these collections of toys, not just The Rock, but toys. I saw that episode. And then up there is the Universal Championship. She's a collector. Doesn't mean that The Rock won. It just means she's a collector. She bought it. And it's one day where I want to put my championship belt right over across where you can see me. So, you know. So there's that. And then we get the Thursday night episode, the whole kickoff show to WrestleMania. And here comes Seth Rollins comes out, and then Roman Reigns comes out. Roman Reigns calls Seth Rollins a bum. Like, this bum, get this bum out of here. Get this bum out of here. And then The Rock comes out, and he's all like, you know, hey, are you all ready to watch Roman Reigns versus The Rock? Everybody boos. They don't want to see that. Are you all ready for The Rock to beat Roman Reigns? Everybody boos. Nobody cares. Are you all ready? He even says something else at the end. I forgot what it was. But everybody boos, and he's all like, oh, like, I don't think people want to see this. Like, it's not going our way and everything. And they do the whole handshake and everything. And then here comes Cody. This is bullshit. And you know what that reminded me of?
Yeah.
You know what that reminded me of.
I do,
the one
That
TikTok. That kid.
This is bullshit.
What is it?
This is bullshit.
Like, this is bullshit. What is it? I'm like, what is it, Cody? This is bullshit. And I'm like, yes, it is, sir. And so he finally says, like, I choose Roman Reigns. Like, all right, cool. And Roman's the one that like said like your dad saw this, this,
Mm.
and this.
Oh my
But
gosh.
Dan was like,
I
oh my
was like
gosh.
shocked that he said that.
Like every time someone mentions Dusty Rhodes, Cody has that. These hurt my feelings, buddy.
Yeah. But usually he's like, oh yes, I know. My dad was this and that, this, that, and other. But for Roman to actually say that, Dusty Rhodes was irrelevant, I was like, what? How are you going to say what last
Yeah,
year?
and
He
all
was like,
Cody
oh,
did was,
and
all
he
Cody
didn't
did
even
was
say
say,
anything bad.
I know. All Cody said was, your grandparents would be disappointed in all of you.
Yeah.
And you're like, The Rock was calling Cody a freaking Cody Crybabies.
Yeah.
The fans on Pat McAfee's show the other day, like hashtag Cody Crybabies. And all he said was like, your parents would be, your family would be disappointed. So here comes The Rock, slowly. Like, I love the camera work. It was like, just focus in on Roman and Cody, and then you see The Rock stepping in. It's like, oh shit.
I was like, oh no.
Shit. Oh no. It's like, I'm like looking at it, it's like, yes, here we go. This is like cinematic. Everybody is like, I
So
don't, what?
my first thought was it would be The Rock versus Cody at Elimination Chamber.
Right.
I was like, I'm so waiting for that match. I was like, I'm going to say it right now.
And
I thought they would.
Happen.
I thought they would.
I thought, yeah, that'd be great. Like for the #1 contendership. And then The Rock just like stares at Cody, stares at him. Like, when you talk about his family, you talk about my family. When you talk about his blood, you talk about my blood. Like, fucking hits himself in the chest too. Like, oh, this is new. This is more acting than he's ever done in freaking Fast and the Furious. What? Bless you.
Sorry.
This is more acting than he's ever done in any of these other movies. Jumanji, Fast and the Furious. Like, when you talk about him, you talk about me, and then he slaps him. It's like, oh, and it just reminded me of freaking not the Grammys, the Oscars, when Will Smith goes and slap
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Do not talk shit about my family. Keep my family's name out your mouth. It's like, wait, he just said something about my dad. I don't care.
Yeah.
You don't talk about my family. Look at that family tree. That's my family. Like, shit, man. It's like, we need the young Rock again, because he was like all about High Chief Peter Maivia over there.
Yeah.
Like, damn. And then he slaps him, and then here comes Seth, like all that shit, and like,
oh, I know.
Towards the end, kick him out, and like, and then you hear CM Punk and everybody, Biggie and all them, and he's all like, I don't know about you, but if The Rock ever slapped me like that, I'd like do that.
He's like, he kept punching his mouth.
He kept talking and talking, and then you see the video, just footage of The Rock just like staring, looking out at him, was like, and he kept on going, and everybody had a meme moment after that. It went so viral. They go backstage. Triple H is assessing the situation, of course. Here comes The Rock, like, you better handle this shit, or I will, or we will handle this shit. Like, so he said some shit where it got bleeped out.
Yeah.
Roman says you're lucky, and Triple H
like, I could not make out what Roman said.
You're lucky. He says you're lucky. Like, I couldn't make out nobody could make out what freaking, there was like so many video footages of it. The live video footage of everybody there, like, couldn't even catch it because they were so loud. And then finally you get the video footage online where he just says, like, you better fucking handle this shit,
Uh-huh.
And then Roman says you're lucky, and then Triple H says, no, you're lucky.
Yeah. Okay.
Like if this shit wasn't in my heart right now, it'd be over, bud. It'd be
Exactly.
over.
This
Just
be
like,
his one
oh my
last match.
god. Like
Cody,
I wanted
Cody,
that.
Seth, Triple H against Roman, The Rock, and probably Solo.
Jimmy and Jay in there as well.
Yeah.
Might as well. And then we get the Super Bowl reaction, the Super Bowl, what's that called? Commercial of both Roman and Rock, and then Seth and Cody going after face to face.
Yeah.
Like everybody assumes it's gonna be a tag team match. It's like no, they're just hyping up the event. But
Yeah.
it's a fun commercial. Yeah, it's not bad. You spent how much for this? You could have just told us in an email.
Yeah, exactly. You spent $8 million for that?
Right? No, it's like board director Rock would have done it. I think he did it. What we get to next SmackDown last week on SmackDown, we don't even see Hollywood Rock. We like everybody wanted to see the Hollywood lights and everything when he came out to face Goldberg at the time in 2000s. No, we don't see Hollywood Rock. We see expensive shirt.
Yeah.
Rock.
We see the Rock from 30 years ago, Rock.
Oh, 30 years ago, Rock. And I'm like...
When he was, when he turned into The Rock instead of being, Rocky Maivia.
Die, Rocky, die. We get Die, Rocky, die moment. Because everybody was booing him. Okay, did his promo, did it hit something in you? Did it did it fly? Or no?
No. I mean, you know what? I will always say he's got the best mic skills. He's got really good mic skills. But I'm like, I don't want to. I mean, I love The Rock. Don't get me wrong. I love The Rock. But I'm like, I don't want to see that Rock, You said, it was when you came out months ago. That's what everybody wants to see. Nobody wants to see because when he was The Rock and he was heel, he was booed. And he was a jerk.
Yeah, I think he was so he doesn't remember. Like the last time he was heel Rock, it was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Against when he came back from Hollywood, after losing the belt to Brock Lesnar, comes back and faces Goldberg, and with the big belt buckle, the vest, the sing along with Stone Cold Steve Austin. 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
And that was the best version of the heel Rock ever. But him coming back is remember when Rocky Maivia first appeared? And it reminded me of when Rocky Maivia first appeared and he got the help from his dad. And everybody's all asking, who's that guy? What's going on? Roman Reigns is now Rocky Maivia and The Rock is now his dad. That's what it reminded me of. It's it didn't hit.
No.
It's huh? What? Okay, sure, why not? And for God's sake, man, learn how to do the pointing upward the right way.
Yeah.
Because he had the fucking thumb out. I'm just like, put it away. Put the thumb away. Put the thumb down. Come on. If you're going to freaking do the bloodline, do it right. Way to mess up the whole freaking thing. I'm sure it wasn't on his wrist, written on his wrist or anything, That was the best version of The Rock. Him against John Cena.
Yeah.
This is all right, Roman is the main character in this. Rock wants to do what he did during Fast and Furious and take over Dom.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait for him to meet Dominic Mysterio. Like, your name's Dom? It's like, yeah. Like, just making sure. You're like, it doesn't matter. Oh, God.
Yeah. Oh, I was waiting for that.
Where it's back to
It
his old
doesn't matter
shtick
what
and
you
everything.
think.
Yeah, we're back with his old shtick. And like, all right, fine, come on. Like, I don't want to see that again. That's great. Yeah, that whole promo was good, but it didn't hit. You know, I was expecting more, and hopefully, like in the next few weeks, we get more out of him. We get like a full-fledged heel persona. It reminded people of the Nation of Domination when the Rocky Maivia shows up and they do the whole thing. And I'm like, is this where we're gonna get back again to where like the line from within starts giving out pictures of himself to everybody to Roman Reigns. Everybody else gets Rolex, but Roman Reigns gets a picture of himself.
Did you notice when they showed that bloodline tree that The Rock, it said something on there about him being High Chief?
Every
because every family has
every family has a high chief. Every man has a high chief. Because he's the only
but I didn't see it
male.
on anybody else.
He's the only male in the family. Everybody else has brothers and sisters.
Okay. Yeah, because his dad only had him.
Oh, and because freaking Rocky Johnson had other kids with other women. Forgot all about that. They mentioned something about this like years ago when I was doing the whole Young Rock reviews, that I was like, yeah, see, I told you, like, I go in deep deep rabbit hole looking for stuff, and then I find out that Rocky Johnson has like other kids with other women, and The Rock just found this out, and so like, oh, to his mom, he's the high priest, he's the high chief.
Yeah.
And then everybody else, like, oh, okay. So now that's why you see like more related people, more people in there.
Yeah.
And then Ava, and then his other daughters.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's like that freaking family tree was huge. I saw that. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. Just to see, I mean, yeah, he's like, we're the only real royal family. I was like, don't start.
Von Erich. And we can mention everybody else. Von Erich, the Rhodes, the who else? The Hart. Come on, just because you have a huge family tree and okay. Again, the same thing that I said last year when Cody Rhodes was around. It's like, it's not the only whatever. I was like, nope, you're not the only one.
Yeah.
The other thing that I was just like confused and weirded out about during the whole kickoff for WrestleMania was that I get, but Bianca Belair was there, awesome, but why not Bayley?
Yeah.
Why not Bayley? You know, we get the whole situation with Bayley and they get Damage Control. They get the word. They get the name.
Yeah.
And not Bayley. Oh, that pissed me off.
It did. I was like, you know what? How are they gonna take over that faction when
Bayley
she
was
started
the one
it? But
yeah,
it was the same thing with Judgment Day.
Right.
They took over the faction after kicking out Edge. So I see where they're going, but yeah. I don't know. I don't know about Dakota.
Do you trust Dakota? That's my next question. Do you trust Dakota?
No.
Especially after what she did to Raquel Rodriguez. Especially after what she did to the other girl.
Tegan Knox.
Tegan Knox on NXT.
Yeah. Nah.
No.
Nope. Don't trust her.
We're all don't trust her. Like we're all like we all saw that as soon as she came out and did the whole thing with her leg. Oh, she has her thing on her leg again, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Like she didn't have it last week or the week before.
Yeah.
What happened? And then like the whole thing with the chair. Yeah, I'm not trusting that. This girl.
Yeah, no. Because I was like, oh, she's gonna hit Bailey. She came close because she thought about it. She sure did think about it.
So WrestleMania 40, she's gonna turn on Bailey. Fucking hell! Like I wanted Bailey to have that, you know, that happy ending. But I guess with Dakota there, still like, come on, you better not even show up at the event. Get away from here. As soon as I see her, I'm calling it. I'm like, oh, come on. Like she better at least like do it before WrestleMania, a week before WrestleMania. Turn on her, but not at WrestleMania.
Nah, you know they're gonna do that. Any big, turns is always at big events.
Yeah, I know, right?
So, unfortunately, if not at WrestleMania, it's gonna be at Backlash.
There it is.
So,
that's true.
And I have been saying they're going to turn on Bailey. I said that last year.
We've been saying that. They're going to turn on Bailey. Oh, they're going to turn on Bailey. And then finally it happens. She's been knowing Japanese this entire time. What?
Yeah.
I love Adam Pearce's reaction. No way.
Yeah,
Can you believe that, Nick Aldis? Can you believe that, Nick Aldis? That she's known Japanese this whole entire time. Can you believe that? Nick is all like, no. Wow. Okay. My word. Huh. That's brilliant. Brilliant storytelling right here.
Exactly.
All right. That's going to do it for our wrestling talk. It took us an hour, but we got there. We got a little hour of wrestling finally from under the apron. The show's no longer what it's supposed to be about. I guess we're evolving. We have other stuff. I have other stuff. But I have surprises coming up. Yeah.
Now you have us intrigued.
Oh yeah, like I've been making a few phone calls here and there. I've been like talking to people here and there. I'm kidding. No, I'm not. It's like something that happened a while back that should have been done, and it's happening. And so part of my goal for last year was to take this show to 10K, and we're absolutely doing that. What did I say last time? Friggin', I'm a podcaster, of course. I'm checking the analytics every hour. Yeah, 9,767. Let's go. During the entire hour that we've been talking, we've gotten 3 more downloads.
All right.
That's awesome.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's the little things that count, And that was amazing to know that within an hour we got 3 more downloads. That's great. Good to know. I love it. You guys are amazing. Flawless Behavior Squad are amazing. When did I post the last episode? Episode 140. I can't believe this is episode 141. Honestly, like this is amazing. I posted it on Sunday. We got 10 downloads from just 3 days. Cool. I'm excited. I don't know what to say. It's just like you guys are awesome. I freaking really appreciate it. We got one more Spotify follower. Now we're like 134 Spotify followers.
Woo-hoo.
Um,
Celebrate the small
great.
victories.
Small victories. Celebrate the small
Yes.
victories. We're almost at 10K. It coincides with me almost being at 10K on TikTok as well. And even then, like, look at that, 9,697 followers. Let's go. Let's go. It's cool. It's both of them. 767, 9-star. What is it?
Let me see.
697. That's crazy. That's crazy. I love it. We're getting there. Let's do something for when we hit 10K on both. I don't know. Like, I don't know yet what I'm gonna do, but let's do something. I've taken shots of hot sauce. I've taken shots of, oh yeah. I don't think anybody knows about this. I don't think anybody from the podcast world that listeners know that I've taken shots of hot sauce or shots of pickle juice, but I have.
Mm-hmm.
It was on Tumblr Live. Like, as soon as I hit a certain milestone, I say, "Hey, I'm gonna take a shot of hot sauce for all these new followers, for all these diamonds and everything." And I did, and I was in the bathroom for like a couple hours after that the next day. But I did it for you guys because y'all showed support, and I, let me show my appreciation by doing something embarrassing for myself. So I've done that. I've done pickle juice. I've done lemon juice.
Rotten lemon juice at that.
Send me a message. Email me. From under the apron at gmail.com. Let me know what I should do, or check out listen to the podcast. Keep continuing listening to the podcast. Check me out on TikTok and tell me what I should do next, and put me up to 10K. I'm almost there. Let's go. Let's grow. Let's go. Let's grow. No, I would never say that. Let's go. Let's grow. And I'm gonna enjoy doing this. This has been fun. 10K. We're gonna do this. I told you this was gonna be annoying, and it is. Like, I'm gonna keep saying 10K, and I'm gonna keep saying 10K on both of those platforms. But 10K here, Spotify. We're doing things. We're doing amazing things. And that's the end of the show. Hope you all enjoyed it. We're talking about wrestling and talking about the predictions for Elimination Chamber and what's to come. What's also to come is more things. But it was like, oh yeah, we were talking about goals. So last year I said that 10K, and then as soon as that happens, I'm gonna this year is gonna be the year of the podcast where something big is gonna happen. I also said last year I'm gonna interview more people. I'm gonna interview a lot more people. I'm knocking on wood because I want this to actually happen. I want to interview a wrestler, and it's gonna happen soon, hopefully.
I'm so excited for that.
I'm so excited too. Like, I'm knocking on wood right now. I'm not gonna tell you names. I'm not gonna say anything, but it's coming. First, crossing the T's, dotting some I's. We're gonna hand out C4s. We're gonna hand out a lot of stuff, and it's finally gonna happen. I'm so excited for it. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm so excited for you. And as a listener, I'm so excited to listen to this interview. Whenever it happens, I am so excited for
it. Good. Oh, the interview that's coming up. I thought you meant this interview right here, right now, because this is an interview.
No, I mean the one that you're talking about.
Oh, the secret one that I'm talking about, the one that's coming up.
Yes, you're coming up one.
Oh my God, I'm like nervous at the moment right now. Just
don't be nervous. You can do it.
I feel like the Rock when he comes out every time. It's like, ooh, goosebumps! Look at that.
Yeah.
It's like, sir, those are not goosebumps. Leave them alone. Stop showing us your little goosies. right. Time. Let's end the show. As always, follow us on our social to support us from Under the Apron on Instagram, the Thread, the YouTube, Apron_stories on the Twitter. Follow me and join my live streams on TikTok at Evolution of a Geek, where you will also find me doing the unedited version of the podcast that will then be posted on YouTube. Listen to us on Apple, Spotify, or any other audio media you can listen to podcasts on. More info on the links where you can listen to and watch in the show notes. Don't forget to rate us and leave us a review. And if you feel you want to look at more, support us on the TikTok at Evolution of a Geek by subscribing or watching the live and get privileges such as a weekly shout out. And I will shout you out at the end of every episode, like Little Linguini, Menace Smiling, The Darkest Queen Road 004, Kimmy, Toasted Bagel, Moss Queen, This Girl, KCM, Not JJ, Rabbit, Tiffany Defense Girl, Aquarius TB, Spooky Spice, Little Miss Sorry. Oh, she's going to hate me. Little Miss LB, Tawny 73, Miniature Mommy, Age of Shadow 666, Princess in the Herb, Brando 1976, Cheshire. I hate this fucking name. I love her. I love her, but I hate this name. I hate saying it. I've said this before on this episode. She sent me a message, and I said her story out loud on the podcast, and I said I hated that name. She even laughed about it. Nikki, I'm sorry. She say it.
Cheshire Cat or Cheshire Smile.
Yeah, Cat Smile.
Cat Smile. Cheshire Cat Smile.
Thank you. Cloudy November, Forever Jane, Undercover Kit Kat, Mike Wes 92, Sahara the Darkness, E Bunny 06, Angela Carmona, Turtle Boy Flores, Half-Sized Heather, Squirrely Bree, Sandra Woodbury, Lisa, Wiz Kalisha, Miss Double Bean, Casey's Life, and Pleasure Passport 3.0. Obviously, my friends over at Pleasure Passport .shop. If I haven't said it enough yet, then there's a problem. Get 20% off. Get 20% off on toys, adult toys, I might add, when you enter discount code EVO at pleasurepassport.shop. That's discount code EVO at pleasurepassport.shop. Link will be in the show notes. Somebody messaged me the other day, the other day. Hey, what's that link? And I gave it to them.
Awesome.
To her. And then she asked, what's that discount code? And I said, EVO. I gave it to her, 20% off adult toys. Thank you for using it. Happy February something for you too, because I know you're all going to enjoy it. Hope it works out the way you want it to. I'm not going to say anything else. That's it. I love you guys. Thank you for supporting that. And thank you for supporting the podcast. Join the TikTok live, subscribe, or hang out and watch the live and get your name shouted out. Check out the show notes for links to other podcast pairs that you heard on this episode. Send us a message of your favorite wrestling stories, questions, comments, ratings, or requests. And our email, it is fromundhertheapron@gmail.com. Thank you for listening, joining the live, and being a huge part of this community. Tell your friends. Join us next time for more behind-the-scenes stories, movies, and TV show reviews when we come to you from Under the Apron. I'm Evo. That's Menace. I'm proud of y'all. We love your faces. Menace, sign us out.
Peace out, everybody. And acknowledge the bloodline.